Good day, dear friends. Let's get straight to the most important news. By morning, the situation in the Kursk region has somewhat improved. However, tension still persists. Russian forces are actively using drones and artillery to successfully target identified Ukrainian troop groups. In the Glushkovsky district, Russian troops are preparing for a potential counter to attacks by Ukrainian forces along the border. In response to Ukrainian strikes on crossings over the Siem River, Russian engineering units are setting up new pontoon bridges near the settlement of Zvanoye. In the Koronevsky district, intense fighting continues in the west of Vishnevka, near the railway. Northeast of the occupied Snagosti, Russian aviation carried out strikes on Ukrainian positions located in wooded areas, while in Kremenoye, Russian artillery opened fire on Ukrainian armored vehicles, including a command and staff vehicle based on an MTLB armored personnel carrier. In the Sudzhansky district, west of Kruglik, drone operators destroyed Ukrainian equipment positioned along the road leading toward Bolshoi Soldatsky. Russian forces continue to strike at the positions of Ukrainian forces deep in the Sumy region. In particular, in the Sumy area, a precise strike by the operational tactical missile system Iskander destroyed a Ukrainian HIMARS multiple launch rocket system, which had previously been used to shell the territory of Kursk Oblast. While the command of the Ukrainian armed forces continues to redeploy its forces to the Russian border, Ukrainian troops in the Pokrovsk direction are losing territory daily. In recent days, Russian forces have made significant progress in the territories of the Donetsk People's Republic, capturing much of Novogradovka and taking several settlements. Intense fighting continues on the northern flank in the southeast of Grodivka. So far, there have been no significant changes in the front line in this area. At the same time, Russian units are advancing on Ukrainian positions in Krasny Yar. If they succeed in capturing this village and taking Nikolaevka, a half-pocket may form around Grodivka. The most dynamic events are unfolding in Novogradovka, where Russian storm groups have captured a large part of the city's territory, advancing along Parkovaya Street. According to Ukrainian media reports, Ukrainian forces have begun to withdraw from the settlement, but at the same time, Ukraine is maintaining its presence on the northern outskirts and in the southwest near the machine engineering plant. The spoil heaps of the Novogrodovskaya, mines number 1 and number 3, located on the elevation, remain under the control of Ukrainian forces, and their assault will require serious effort. However, considering the overall disorganization of Ukrainian forces, this task may be completed in a relatively short time. Today, the Russian Ministry of Defense reported the capture of the village of Orlovka, located east of Novogradovka. According to our information, the settlement was taken nearly 2 weeks ago when Russian forces advanced along the entire line of contact. On the southern flank, Russian troops continue their confident offensive toward both Selidovo and the Karlovka Reservoir. Russian military personnel are fighting in the area of the Kotlyarevskaya mine, and to date they control at least the production facilities, while the situation at the spoil heap remains unclear. Storm groups have also fortified themselves on the outskirts of neighboring Mikhailovka. However, without control of the spoil heap, it will become almost impossible for Ukrainian forces to hold this village. In the southeast, Russian troops have captured the settlements of Memrik and Kalinovo. Ukrainian media report a significant deterioration of the situation for Ukraine in the Pokrovsk direction daily. Today, similar statements were made by the commander of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Syrsky, who admitted that the attempt to distract part of the Russian army units from this area through an offensive in Kursk Oblast failed. It should be noted how quickly Ukraine's hopes of making Novogradovka a new media fortress were dashed. As a new stronghold capable of withstanding the onslaught of Russian troops, Ukrainian speakers now consider not Selidovo, but Mirnograd. That's all for now, friends. We remind you that our channel condemns any violence and calls on all parties to engage in immediate negotiations for a peaceful resolution of conflicts. Thank you for staying with us. Subscribe to our channel, like our posts, and we wish you all the best.